Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another video, and why is it so dark in here? I turned the camera on there and I'm like, it looks as if I'm sitting in the dark, and like I'm not. I mean, in fairness, we're out of daylight savings time now and it's 10 to 4 in the afternoon, but even so, it's insanely dark, but it's not dark enough for me to put a light on, so you're just gonna have to live with it. Back again today for the next episode of Phoenix Wright. We finally solved Mia's murder, so I have no idea what the next story is about, but I'm excited to find out. Have a bit of a headache. No gastritis today. I had a headache yesterday when I was recording, but it kind of went away while I was playing, but today it's just, I think it's coming from my eyes. I don't think it's actually like a headache because the pain's like right across like here, across like above my eyebrows, like across the front. And I do have very sore eyes. I'm thinking I should maybe go to the pharmacy this week sometime and see if they've got like eye drops or something, because my eyes are very sore. Like, I was lying in bed last night trying to sleep, and obviously I've got my eyes shut because I'm trying to sleep, and I was just like, oh my god, my eyes are so sore. And it's really hard to get to sleep when all you can think is, oh my god, my eyes hurt. And I sleep with an eye mask on during the summer because otherwise I get woken up at the crack of dawn by the sunlight, because my bedroom has like really thin curtains, so the light just comes straight in at like 5 in the morning and wakes me up. So I had my eye mask on, and I was thinking to myself, like, oh my god, I wish this was my ice pack eye mask that I got for hay fever, because I was like, I really wish that like I had something cold on my eyes to try and stop the pain. Anyway, that was just me off on a tangent about my headache. But yeah, so I'm hoping that this is going to be enjoyable, even though my eyes are on fire. In the words of... who even sang that? The song at Twilight called Eyes on Fire. Blue something they're called, I can't remember. It's a good song. I've also got cola because caffeine is good for a headache. Well, I find caffeine is good for a headache. I'm sure there are a lot of people that get a headache from caffeine. I think caffeine's the answer to everything in life. Anyway, let's get going. Turnabout Samurai. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I forgot my headphones. We'll get my headphones in, shall we? Do I want to save? Like, I don't even know why I keep pressing yes on this, because obviously it can't actually save because it's an emulator. But I guess I'm just going for the full experience, you know? Pressing the save button. Okay. Oh my god, it's still coming out the computer. This is what it did the last time as well, didn't it? Like, I put the headphones in and the computer was like, no. Okay, yeah, it's coming through the headphones now, and I'll be getting deafened. You have disgraced me for the last time, Steel Samurai. The pale moon in the sky cries for your blood. Oh, wow. The moon? No, it is you who should gaze upon the moon, for it will be the last moon you ever see. See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa! Grah! The warrior swords gleam and strike in the moonlight. One has fallen, but who? Only the moon knows. Don't miss next week's exciting episodes. The Dark Messenger returns. October 14th, 5:31 PM. Wright and Co law offices. Oh, I'm so proud of them. That rocked. See you in hell, evil magistrate. Whoa, stop waving that broom around. Oh, Nick, I didn't know you were here. Oh, that wasn't the way she was saying it. It's so annoying. Like, I would not do well reading off an auto cue. Because I'm like, I'm not picking up the cues, right? Of course I'm here. What was that surreal show you were watching? What? Nick, you mean you don't know the Steel Samurai? He's only the most popular TV hero for young people. He looks like a Cyberman. Young? Like how young? 10 years old? And what the heck are you doing getting all excited? Hey, I'm only 17. She looks 10, to be honest. That's 17, see? I'm a teen, not like you, Nick. Hey, don't talk to me like I'm your grandpa or something. I'm only 24 myself. Then watch it. Phoenix Wright is younger than me. Oh, gross. That makes me feel so old. Then watch it with me. He's really cool and it's really popular. When they asked grade school kids what they wanted to be, Steel Samurai was #1. I really worry about kids these days. Cramps. Well, the Steel Samurai's over. I guess it's time to close up the office. I guess. Wish we had some clients. A month has passed since my trial. Mia's murder was the talk of the town for some time. But no one paid any attention to the Wright and Co. law offices. How am I going to pay the rent this month? It'll be okay. I'm sure some big client is just around the corner. Humph. October 16th, 8:14 AM. Phoenix Wright's bedroom. Bring bring, bring bring. Beep. Hello, this is Phoenix. Nick? Maya? What? It's still early. It's the Steel Samurai! The Steel Samurai got arrested! Huh? You mean the guy on that show? Yes! They're saying that the Steel Samurai killed a villain! Isn't that what he's supposed to do? Yeah, on TV. Yeah, on TV. No, I mean he actually did it, in real life. He skewered a villain with his he skewered a villain with his samurai spear. I have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. Just come to the office, quick. Please, Nick. I find Nick as a nickname for Phoenix really strange. I don't know why, it just doesn't seem... It seems like an odd bit to pick out of the name to make into a nickname. But then I suppose, like, if you introduce people and you're like, oh, my name's Nick Wright, they would be like, cool. But if you introduce yourself as Phoenix Wright, they're gonna be like, God, your parents were dramatic. October 16th, 9:22 AM, Wright and Co. law offices. Maya's here, watching television. Now for the morning news. The actor Will Powers was arrested yesterday. Powers plays the lead role in the popular kids show The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Oldie Tokyo. He was arrested on suspicion of murder. The victim was Jack Hammer, who plays the villain known as the Evil Magistrate. His body was found still inside the Evil Magistrate costume. The samurai spear was also found stuck through the body. Police believe this was the murder weapon and are investigating further. This has to be a joke. No, it's a nightmare. The Steel Samurai is over. The world is over. Bring bring, bring bring. Oh, she got her phone back from the investigation. Wright and Co. offices. What? Nick? It's the Steel Samurai! What? Yes, of course. We'll be right there. Let's go, Nick. Go? Go where? They have the Steel Samurai down in detention. So what? So, I've decided this will be our first case. Oh cool, I can talk to her. What was I going to say there? Oh, I was going to say that a show called The Steel Samurai, for it being a Japanese program, bit strange that the guys in it are called Will and Jack. Doesn't sound very Japanese to me. Well, what should we do? What should we do? How can you just sit there like that? We have to get down to the detention centre and meet the Steel Samurai. Does she want to investigate this case or just do some sightseeing, I wonder? My money's on sightseeing. Any ideas? We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Just admit it, you don't have a clue what happened. No, we just don't have enough information. Fair enough. I guess we should... I doubt there's any reason to examine the room. I guess we should go down to the detention centre. October 16th, detention centre, visitor's room. Okay, that's a werewolf. What's wrong, Maya? It's him, in the flesh. Is that guy really him? What do you mean, that guy? Of course it's him. Will Powers, our client, that's him. Maybe I shouldn't be saying this, but he definitely did it. Murder, at least once, maybe twice. Whoa, what are you saying? Yes? Something wrong? No, no! This is getting off to a great start. I know, you're disappointed, aren't you? Disappointed? Oh no, no. No, it's okay. This is the real me. When I got the part of the Steel Samurai with that mask, I decided I would never show my face and— Why is something keeps trying to open behind us? I'm like, what the fuck is that? I decided I would never show my face in public until the job was over. It's the kids, you know? I didn't want to wreck their dreams. Oh. I guess it didn't matter. So much for dreams. I wonder what they think of the Steel Samurai now. Wah. Nick. What? He's a good guy. I mean, he's good. Yeah? He didn't do it. To be fair, I don't think you have the the evidence to back that up. Okay. What happened? Maybe you could start by telling us what happened. Yes, of course. It seems like it was only yesterday. Actually, it was only yesterday. The cast had come down to Global Studios for a run-through. We went through a few action sequences at 10 that morning. There was a rehearsal scheduled for 5 in the afternoon, and your eyes are as wide as the moon. But when 5 came around and the staff gathered at the studio, the evil magistrate was found lying crumpled in a heap near the set. He's buff. They took off his mask and discovered that it was Jack Hammer, dead. He had been expertly skewered with the samurai spear. The samurai spear? Yes, it's a long spear that the Steel Samurai uses as a weapon. Is this definitely recording? It is. I just always want to check. I have the fear. Maybe you could explain to me just what the Steel Samurai is. Nick, how could you say such a thing? I'm sorry, sir. I apologise for my partner. He's new to this, and a bit out of touch with the world. Hey, who's new to this? No, it's alright, really. The Steel Samurai is the lead character in a popular kids show. He walks the streets of I keep going to say Texas, and I don't know why. Tokyo. Fighting battle after battle against the evil magistrate and his minions. Of course, he never really defeats the evil magistrate. Although, I guess he did defeat him this time. Sniff. Wah! I see. Neo Tokyo. Who comes up with these names? Now, where were you on the day of the murder? Well, that morning I came to the studios at 9. We worked through some action scenes until noon. Rehearsal was to begin at 5, but I was a little tired. So after lunch, I took a nap in my dressing room. When I woke up, it was after 5. I was late for the rehearsal. I hurried to the studio and found everyone looking shocked. They arrested me on the spot and brought me here. So he was sleeping the entire afternoon of the murder. Some action hero. What will the kids think? I think I should probably check out the scene of the murder. Right, Global Studios. I'll draw you a map. Wow, Nick, let's go. I'm willing to bet $10 she asked for autographs. Fair dues. Did we get the map? No, we did not get the map. Use the map, bitch. Okay. What happens if we present the badge to him? People told me to do that. Here. I see. Let me guess. This guy wasn't the top student in improv class. Okay, right. Crime scene. October 16th, Global Studios, main gate. Wow, so this is where they make the Steel Samurai show. Awesome, aren't you excited? Oh, bye! Hey, you there. You want in? You gotta go through me. Oh, sorry. We're, lawyers. Oh yeah? Well that's great. I'm security. And it's my job to make sure that gawkers like you stay out. Gawkers? Gawkers, sightseers, tourists. I know the type. You heard about the incident and came to snip around. Yes, today. Something horrible happens and all you can think of is— Oh my god, why is it— Why is it doing that? Jesus, I've got most of that by reading really quickly, but I don't know why it just started rattling through the text. Something about her son. Jeez, oh, I hope none of that was particularly important. Nick, will I grow up to be like her? Please say no. I don't know, it's possible. Hey! Listen, when you're being spoken to, youth today. Okay, let's talk to this bitch. So, what do you do here at the studios? At Global Studios, we make children's dreams come true. In fact, in my younger days... No, you were a star? Only a little twinkle between the stars here, I'm afraid, dearie. Wow. This place has really gone downhill, you know? But 10 years ago, now that was a studio of dreams. Hammer was a big star then too. He was... Hammer? The victim, dummy. The evil magistrate. He's been reduced to playing villains now. Not exactly the best material to work with. When they say Hammer, I just keep thinking of Captain Hammer. Can you tell me about Mr. Will Powers? He's not a bad kid, but don't be fooled by his mask. You wouldn't want him on the silver screen without it, believe me. Little old ladies watching would lose their lunch. That's probably why he thought the Steel Samurai was his big chance. No one thought he was capable of doing what he did to poor Jack Hammer. We don't know for certain that Will Powers is guilty. Powers? Of course he's guilty. How do I know? I know everything. That's my job. What kind of person was Jack Hammer? What kind of person? Oh, if only you knew. Jack Hammer will live on in many hearts as the ultimate action hero. He was simply dashing in the Dynamite Samurai series. Should I have heard of that? But there was an accident during filming 5 years ago. He got an unlucky break after that. Reduced to playing the villain on a children's program. What's more, I heard they were paying him in peanuts. It's enough to make you cry. Why are you so certain Mr. Powers is the killer? I was standing right here yesterday, I was. I was here from 1 in the afternoon to 5 when they found the body. Now the studio where the murder took place is to the left here. So if you want to go to the studio, you have to pass by me. Only one person went by here between 1 and 2:30 when the murder took place. And that person was Mr. Powers? Yes, I saw him. But Mr. Powers says he was sleeping in his dressing room. Oh, I'm sure he would say that. He's no fool. But he was the only one that walked by. He's the killer. You can bet your biscuits on it. Isn't it about time for you to be heading home? There's nothing to see here. Move along. Actually, we're here at Mr. Powers' request. Humph, I thought you were suspicious looking. Show me a letter of request, and maybe I'll let you in. This lady here thinks she owns this place, obviously. What's that? You giving that to me? Absolutely not. Okay. Is there anything to examine here? Looks like a studio van. They probably use it to carry around film equipment. The main entrance to the studio. There was a big scene here yesterday with onlookers pressing up against the gate. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Hey, no touching! An overhead map of the studios. Right from here is the employee area, and to the left are the actual film studios. Okay. So, I take it we need to go back and get a letter of request. Hello, how was the studio? They all think I did it, don't they? No, not at all. Isn't that right, Nick? Right, not at all. At worst, you're a suspect. Your alibi. Mr. Powers, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you? What? No, I'd never do that. Just now you said that you were sleeping in your dressing room after lunch. Yes, like a baby. But the security lady said she saw you that day. She said she saw you heading towards the scene of the crime. What? That's not possible. I really don't know what to say. I was sleeping, I promise. Mr. Powers, if you want me to help you, you have to tell me the truth. I'm new to this lawyer business and I need every advantage I can get. I know, I'm sorry. But I swear to you on my mama's grave, I was sleeping. Maybe the security lady only thought she saw me. What did she see? He doesn't seem to be lying. I mean, if she saw him in costume, wearing this samurai mask, then could be anybody. I'm intrigued because the past two ones we've like seen the clip of the murder, so like we know what the person looks like, but we don't have a clue who did this one. So I'm intrigued. About the security guard at the main gate to the studio. Oh, the security lady? She's terrible. She called me suspicious looking. Yeah, actually, she said the same thing to me before. Take off that mask were her words, I believe. She sucks up to all the bigwigs at the studio, but let her see you stumble once and she'll never let up on you. Grr, she's got some nerve. Do you think you could write up a letter formally requesting my representation? Of course. Powers request added to the court record. Nice. I just hope this will get me past that security lady. Okay, let's try. Present. Ma'am, have a look at this. It's a letter of request from Mr. Powers. Yes, I recognise the bold, childish scrawl. Gave Powers request to the security lady. To think he would entrust his fate to youths of such unreliable appearance. Really? Really? Anyway, you may pass. But only left from here towards the studios. No going to the right, that's the employee area. No one allowed inside, pal, were my instructions. The good detective told me himself. Oh no, is it Gumshoe again? Hey, Nick. Huh? There were maps in the security guard station. Hey, not bad. Those are 50 cents a piece, thank you. Well, time to go, Nick. 50 cents! Guide map of the global studios added to the court record. Let's see. So we've got... where are we? The gate. Yeah, so we're... alright, yeah, the main gate. And then we've got Studio 1 and 2 in the employee area with the dressing room. So that's where Thingby would have been sleeping. So we'll need to get in there at some point to investigate. Okay. Hold on, I should see. Does she have anything else to say? No. Cool. Right, move. Outside Studio 1. Oh, cute! October 16th, Studio 1 entrance. It's Gumshoe! Aren't you that murderer from the other day? It's that confused detective! Hey pal, you know Prosecutor Edgeworth is all upset and it's your fault. I saw him sipping tea and staring gloomily out the window. So? Hey! If he's depressed, it's all your fault for doing sloppy detective work. Aw, she hurt his feelings. Detective? I think you hurt his feelings. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I think his feelings are easily hurt. You're right, pal. It's all my fault. I can blame other people all I want, but I know the truth in my heart. Hey, don't take it so hard. There's always the next case. Yeah, I suppose you're right. Hey, what exactly are you two doing here? Well, we're on this case too, pal. Huh? Hey, you can't just go saying pal like that. That's my endearing character trait. I say he's a character, alright. Okay, let's talk. So how is your investigation going, detective? Well, it's... Hey, I can't tell you that, pal. Nick, maybe you need to be a little more indirect with your questions. Right, so, detective, mind if I take a look at what you got? What I got? The autopsy report. The latest version, if you please. Right. Sorry about what happened last time, pal. Autopsy report added to the court record. Reason for arrest. Why was Mr. Powers arrested? Simple, pal. The murder took place right over there in Studio 1. Now, the victim entered Studio 1 at approximately 1 PM. At that time, there was no one other than the victim in the studio. According to the autopsy report, the time of death was 2:30 PM. Only one person went to the studio between 1 and 2:30, and that person was none other than Will Powers. No one else, pal. If you think I'm lying, ask the security lady at the main gate. Nick, if that's true, anyone would think that Powers did it with that kind of evidence. Thanks for cheering me up. About the security lady. Oh, that sweet old lady? What a charmer. Huh? Are we talking about the same person? When I showed her my badge, she gave me a donut and some coffee. Remember what Power said? She's a sucker for authority. She even gave me a piece of valuable evidence. What? What kind of evidence? Well, the photo. The photo of the Steel Samurai heading towards the scene of the crime. What? Who took that? See the camera up on that gate, pal? The gate? You mean the one with the welcome sign? Yeah, whenever someone walks by, that camera automatically snaps a photo of them. Oh no. Nick, he has evidence. We're finished. Funny, for someone with hard proof, he doesn't look too happy. What's wrong, pal? You seem down. Don't look so happy when you say that. Oh ho 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 ho. We'd like to ask the employees here some questions. Sure thing, pal. Go wherever you like. Of course, you're not going to find any clues I haven't already found. Ha ha ha. I'm glad someone around here seems to be enjoying themselves. Nick, let's go. We've got a free pass to the place. Now's our chance to check things out. Well, first, I want to examine this scene. So here's the camera. Hey, there's a camera here. That's a security camera. It takes photos of people going to the studio. All you have to do is look at the date and you can see who went where when. There's a number plate on the camera, ST1307. That must be the camera ID number. Alright. I'm a little bushed. Maybe I'll take a short break here. Hey, good idea, pal. Detective, aren't you on the case? Well, yeah, but hey, us detectives get tired of standing around too, pal. What the heck is this? The studio mascot. I guess it's a monkey of some kind. Is it? What kind of monkey has a nose like that? He's holding up a sign in his hand. Right to Studio 1, left to Studio 2. What's up with that thing? It looks kind of busted. Oh, the wind was pretty strong yesterday and the head broke off. It took that tree down with it too. Oh. Detective Gumshoe, what's down the path to the left? It looks like a tree fell down over the path. Oh yeah, that was kind of dangerous. You should stay out, pal. There's nothing down there anyway. That's where Studio 2 used to be, they tell me. They don't use it now, though. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. Hey, it's locked. Looks like you need a car key to get in. It makes sense that they would want to keep non-employees out. So, we're gonna need to go to... Does this thing here have anything on it? Oh, it's just the mascot again. So, yeah, it seems like we need to go to the employee bit. I want to see what happens if I show him, like, the map. Detective? Any ideas about this? Look, I don't got time to look at every little trinket you got, okay, pal? Right, move. Back to the main gate. Nick, look! That security lady's in the guard station stuffing her face with donuts. I guess all cops like their donuts. Yeah, and they're soft enough she doesn't need teeth to chew them. Hey you! Well, are you satisfied Powers is guilty yet? Ugh. She had to make my life harder by giving that photo to Detective Gumshoe. Why didn't you tell us about the security photo, ma'am? Hmm? Oh, that? I just thought it would be more thrilling to talk with the detective himself. These things are important, you know. Oh, just to the left from here is the gate with the camera that took that photo. It's my job to check the photos every day, you see? Okay. This guard station is in a central position. No matter where you go here, you pass by my station first. Now, poor Hammer, he went to the studio just before 1. The murder happened right around 2:30, see? The only one I seen go through here between 1 and 2:30 was Powers himself. The security camera got a good look at him too. If he's not the one what did it, I don't know who is. Maybe it was you. Ha ha ha! Good one, Sonny. She thinks I was joking. Was the victim, Mr. Hammer, a popular actor? Oh, he was the biggest star in the studio. Was. Past tense. Oh yes, he was great as the bearded samurai. That too, yes. He shone the brightest back in the day. Making a star like him play the evil magistrate. It's a disgrace, I tell you. Hammer took it pretty hard, and who can blame him? About the security camera. Oh yes, the camera. It's automatic. It can tell when someone walks through the gate, see? Then it snaps a photo. Apparently, it records the time when it takes a picture too. I don't bother myself with those details. I just view all the photographs on the computer over in the guard station. I check them every day before going home, I do. Just have a look at the text on my phone. Okay. Okay, we can go to the employee area. October 16th, Global Studios employee area. Nick, this is where they do all the behind the scenes stuff. Hey look, there's Power's dressing room. No one's here this soon after the murder, I guess. Let's take a look around. Let's look at his washing. Oh, I can't look at his washing. How sad. No clues here. I wasn't trying to click on it. There's a sign on the dressing room door. Mr. Willpowers, it must be neat to be the star and have your own room like this. Vendy. Let's see. Cola, candy, chips, gum. Huh, it's so normal. I was expecting some cool theme snacks or something. Popcorn at least. Wait, look. Samurai soda. Nick, try this. Ladies first. Is this the samurai soda? The remains of yesterday's lunch are scattered around. Everyone was probably too shocked to clean up. There's a T-bone on one of the plates, minus the steak. T-bone steak. That would have hit the spot. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a second stomach just for steaks. What? What's this? Oh, you didn't tell me. It's like a pile of wood. Oh, giant picture. There's a half-finished backdrop for a stage here. Looks like a castle. Probably Neo Tokyo Castle. A vent? The metal grate on the drain here has been taken off. That's a pretty big drain. A kid could fit through here, I bet. Yeah, if you snuck in that way, you wouldn't have to pay at the gate. Well, if you want to leave that way, be my guest. Right. Huh? Hey, I'm not a kid. Looks like one of those electric-powered bicycles. I don't know about these. I mean, what's the point? It makes it a lot easier to go up hills. Don't people cycle to get exercise? No, Phoenix. I would love an electric bicycle. I'm just not paying for one. That must be the storage room. That's where they keep all the film equipment. Wow, Nick, you know a lot about the industry. What else would they keep in a film studio? Okay. The door to the dressing room. It's not locked. Hey Nick, let's take a look inside. Maybe we can find something as a souvenir. What do you mean, find? You never know, there might be something like the samurai spear. We don't need a spear. And that's the murder weapon for crying out loud. October 16th, Global Studios dressing room. Power's dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least, this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right, and there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth for his sake. I want to see this head thing over here. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Ooh, this is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? I kinda like samurai movies. Kinda. This must be Power's bag. Hey, don't open that. Look, an employee card key. That must be Power's. It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it. You mean borrow. Card key added to the court record. Oh, this would have been sleeping. Looks like someone's sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. There's some regular suits along the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes. It'd be fun to wear one of the costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one myself. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. Some tea and cookies. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this girl have? Yes, I think with the cosmetics again. Anything at the window? It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open his window much. I guess it is kind of dusty outside. Okay, then we should be able to go back to Studio 1. She is back again. Show her the card key and she'll steal it from me. Oh fuck, that wasn't what I meant. Move to outside Studio 1. Okay. How do I... The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jack Hammer's body. Let's go ahead and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opens! Alright, we're in! She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Okay, out of the way, Gumshoe. We're going inside Studio 1. Ooh. October 16th, Studio 1. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape. It's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the Steel Samurai killed him. The murder weapon was a samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Okay, let's look at the dead body. They outlined here where Jack Hammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected his spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have what is wrong with my voice today? Like, I keep tripping over my words. Absorbed most of it. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey Nick, take a look at that! One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look, a megaphone! A real live megaphone! Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more troubled than I thought. Wow, look at the camera! That must cost a ton! Yeah, so don't touch it. Wow, it's heavier than I thought! Hey you, no touching that! Ooh. Oh, I'm sorry, my partner's kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. You're a runner. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people. WP? Oh, Will Powers. WP, I get it. Just putting a blanket over my legs, it's getting really chilly. My heating comes on in 35 minutes, but I'm freezing. I don't envy you guys one bit, but do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Don't worry, leave it to us. I want to examine that backpack. The day of the crime. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant? Yeah, well, the studios aren't doing so well right now. And yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. I see, neat. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. MP and Hammer were there along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Power's dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go in his dressing room. But I didn't see either of them after that. Did you know that Mr. Will Powers was sleeping in his room? No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message for him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of girl do you think I am? What kind? No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. Sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry. I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue! A lead! Well, I don't know about that, but the day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yes, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed them? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks. That helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. So you sense that someone other than the regular film crew is in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about that security lady? If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. Yeah, fair point. I want to see if I can examine that backpack. I cannot examine the backpack. Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Of course, that's the mountain Neo Fujiyama. Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in Old Tokyo? Can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not Old Tokyo, Nick. Neo Old Tokyo. Oh, right. Okay, go talk to security lady again. October 16th, Global Studios, main gate. What? You're still here? Really? You look as though you've seen a ghost. Talk. Assistant's plane. What? I saw that suspicious look in your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 PM, correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. We have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure that you were here watching the whole time? Ma'am? Who was it? Oh, who was it? Who told you that? Who dares question me? Eek. Alright, you better tell me and tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Her? She's not even a full-time employee. All you young'uns are like that nowadays, running your mouths like there's no tomorrow. Say, oh, for God's sake. Anyway. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Wait. Did she, can I get into her computer yet? Did she move? The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Should I try the computer? Duh, try it. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? You know how to... When was this made? 2001? You know how to work a computer? Oh, how sad. Full on press deliver to print vibes. Let's look how to just enter a few numbers. Let's see. First I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 PM that day. 1. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. Oh, Lord. There, entered. Hey, it printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. That is indeed a steel samurai. Huh? How is this a picture of Will Powers? Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. Huh? October 15th, 2 PM, photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day? Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Powers, ? Photo added to the court record. Hey Nick! Can we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in our place with this. Right, we'll put her in our place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Says the man who took the fucking newspaper clippings and gave them to Wright and just like held up his only evidence against the guy and they got punched in the fucking face. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. He isn't. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea of who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. To be continued. Ooh. Okay, let me save state. Can't believe it's November. A few days into the Animal Crossing update and my Switch is in transit to go back to Nintendo to get repaired. Sad times. I turned on my Switch like a week ago because I was like, oh, I should probably make sure it's up to date in time for this Animal Crossing update coming out. And the Switch just broke instead. Like I turned it on, tried to update it, and the thing just broke. So off it goes to Nintendo to get sorted. Yeah. It's like I couldn't do anything without the update, but when I tried to install the update, it broke the console, so good times. I'm feeling really tired. I'm hoping my headache isn't coming from like fucking carbon monoxide and something. I've got a carbon monoxide detector and it beeps like louder than anything you've ever heard if it detects carbon monoxide, so I don't think it can be. But it's like I've got a headache and I'm feeling sleepy, so I am slightly concerned. But we'll see. I'm sure I'll find out. That happened before. My house was my heating broke, and it was only after we got the guy out to repair that we discovered that it had actually been spewing out carbon monoxide for the past like week at that point. That time that I just almost died. October 18th, 10 AM, District Court, courtroom number 4. Yes, it's time for the trial, and our favourite prosecutor is here. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honour. Do they have no other lawyers in this town? It's just him and Edgeworth and that one guy from the first one. The defence is ready, Your Honour. I also apologise if that slurping of the cola is really loud. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 PM on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer at Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to commit this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. Suddenly it's really loud. The trial music's really loud. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to your testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. First, I would like to call a familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. He looks buzzing to be there. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run through of their action sequences during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 PM on that day. Past the security station there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 PM, the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 PM. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of the death was 2:30 PM. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? No. No, we shan't. I think I can properly remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honour, this case is quite simple if you ask one question, and that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. If it turns out it was her that's the murderer, I'm going to scream. Will the witness declare her name? Why aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name? Oh my god. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Old Bag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. So even when I was young and an old bag, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah, can you believe it? But there was this boy, the captain of the chess club in junior high, when he called me an old bag, I just cried and cried. I get it, it's because she doesn't shut up. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yesy, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure has one hell of an old bag. I'm annoyed they didn't go for an old bag, like in a touch of cloth, when they've got an old man. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through since morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now the murder happened at 2:30 PM, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 PM. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour. Dun 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 dun. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio? Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run through there since morning. I'm gonna press her and everything. A run through? They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon, and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping, when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon? I had some errands to run that morning. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. Anyway, it was 1 PM when I got to the guard station. Did you see the victim then? Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. I was at the main gate from then until 5. So, you were watching there the whole time? No breaks, not even a second? Oh, of course. I'm a professional, you know. Or are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper whapper. Snipper whapper. Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? Now, the murder happened at 2:30 PM, right? How did you know that? Oh ho ho, I have my ways. That overdressed young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Poor Detective Gumshoe, getting chewed out by a security guard. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 PM. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards the studio. I'm going to present the photo. Let me get a straight, old bag. Mrs. Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly? None other than Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Tokyo. This is Old Bag. Is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers. Yeah. Well, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witnesses. Witness. He's having trouble coming her Old Bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You all should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't as good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. I just discovered there that it gotten so dark in here that the camera had basically just gone black. Like, it just looked like a black screen. And I thought the camera was broken. I'm sitting there and I'm like, why is there no picture? And then I suddenly saw like the outline of my face and I was like, oh, there is a picture. It's just so dark. I mean, it's an hour later, so it has gotten quite dark here, so we'll put the light on. Anyway. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Why has no one mentioned this before? So he'd sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Like, no one has mentioned anything about sprained ankle so far, so. Fucking itchy eyes, man. I probably can't press her on that. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. Hold it! Trip and fall? Yes, and think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better? I kissed it where it hurt. Well, let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Power's ankle. You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. He broke a prop? Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear? The murder weapon? Luckily I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear updated in the court record. Apparently he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Was Mr. Power's ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honour? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is the Steel Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes. And it's clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honour? I'm gonna object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Steel Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honour. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 PM, true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. What, on her 2 lines that she just said? It's not much for me to go on. How do you know that? Eh? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything. You see, Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then, and I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy. Old windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 PM, true. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. they had, I would have seen them. What have I got evidence-wise? 2:30. Dragon one leg. Oh my god, I don't know what to do. I have one idea, which is to show her the floor plan. But I don't know if it's gonna work. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalise you, Mr. Wright. Ugh, I must be on the wrong track. Oh, I don't know. I thought maybe, like, I could use the map to try and say, like, she couldn't have seen them because of the layout, but, like, I was guessing. Right, I feel like this is time to consult the guide again. Why did I close it? I fucking closed my stupid guide that I had up yesterday. Fucking hell. Phoenix. Not the weather in Phoenix, Arizona. What are we on? Trial day 2. The man in the photo. Is this the testimony continued? It says present Power's photo in the 3rd or 4th statement. Is this the 3rd or 4th statement? Second, 3rd, or 4th statement. Okay, let's try. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. Okay, we must be getting somewhere. The photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from the hole in the ground. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station recalls all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. Oh, that's right, because it's photo number 2. I completely forgot about that. That very computer printed out this photo. Note on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 PM, photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 PM on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2? The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it was really the only photo? I'm so annoyed that I didn't get that myself. I totally forgot. Oda! Oda! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's why I want to ask the witness. As evidence shows that not 1 but 2 people went to the studio that day, yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself. Eh? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help. Huh? Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Humph. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper? Something the matter, Mrs. Oldbag? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well yes, I suppose you could put it that way. I see. Your testimony, please. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded in the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day. Mrs. Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it. Right, anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Okay. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security camera and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. What was it all? Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? Exactly. A fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? And lock the main gate so no one could get in? Those were your words. Well, you must know there's a drain that goes into the employee area. That's true, there is. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and... They're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What? To be fair, you probably should delete photos of kids, you know? Probably not off CCTV, but you don't want to be just having photos of kids lying about. That's weird. Oh, duh. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes. Well, we see this type here every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in the 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. I'd like to take a 5-minute recess. I want the defence and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. October 18th, 11:08 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. WP? Yes? Tell me straight, where are you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio. I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked down and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I can't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this. Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey Nick, it's time. Okay, let's go. What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. We're back in court. Of court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there's still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? The defence disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Wojo. Interesting. Let's hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalised. Right, great, as if the stakes weren't high enough. So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Okay, we've got the assistant girl, the grade school boy, and the security lady. So, I'm kind of with Edgeworth and the judge about the grade school boy, because not only do I not think a 10-year-old could lift a giant spear and kill someone with it, I also don't think it's right to start accusing children of murder with no real evidence. Like, we don't even know we don't know anything about this kid. You can't just be putting children on the stand and accusing them of murder. So then that leaves the security lady and the assistant. The assistant, the thing is, she was in the room. You know what I mean? Like, she was the only other person that was there. So, like, she could have done it, but we don't have anything on her at all. And there's no sign that she was lying or anything. The security lady's been lying through her teeth the whole time, and she's been making up shit and acting weird in the stand, so like, I want to pick her. But I also don't really think that she did it. Like, I don't really feel like she did it. I think she's covering for someone who did. She's like the only one that we've got anything that we can even go with, because like, we can't really pin it on the girl, the assistant, because we've got nothing other than the fact she was in the room. And the boy, we don't even know if he exists, so I don't feel like we can, like, on top of the fact that I don't think a 10-year-old could kill someone with a spear, we literally don't know that this boy even was real, because she could be talking complete shite. So, I'm gonna say the security lady because, like, I think she's the only one that we can really kind of poke holes in at the moment, because, like, the other two, we just don't have anything we can use. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag. Who? The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever's in the suit knew about this morning's injury. Maybe because they'd been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. That's a fair shot, I have to say. That wasn't at all where my mind was going, but that is a fair cop. What? Whippersnapper? Oda. Is this true, Oldbag? Oldbag? That's Ms. Oldbag to you. Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, that would point to the... If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Yes. I didn't really reason any of that, but yes. Oh yeah, oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes too, baby. That's odd. What? Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something! What's my move? Maybe now is my chance to take this the whole way. No. No, because no. And we've got it to a point where Edgeworth's backing down. I feel like if we press further, it's going to antagonise him and he might start objecting, whereas if we just let it lie for a moment, then it'll probably go better, so I'm going to give her a break. I guess this does kind of make it look like she's the killer. Funny, I feel bad for her now all of a sudden. It's true that the witness could conceivably have committed this crime. Yet we must not forget that the victim was an action hero. As formidable as her personality may be, I doubt she'd be strong enough. Uh-oh, if he removes her from consideration, that means Mr. Powers is it. Sorry, Windbag, but I don't have a choice. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day. But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer? You forget that Mr. Powers lacked a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased. He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer. What? How can you be so sure? Or is it nice? Is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders, do you, whippersnapper? I have proof. Proof? Do I? Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows that the boy could not have committed this murder? Do I? Do I have that proof? The fuck? I want to say it's the card key, because I want to say he wouldn't be able to get into the room into the studio without the key. However, he could have nicked the key from the dressing room when he broke in through the drain. But I can't think of any other reason for it to any other proof. I can't think of anything else. So I'm gonna try it. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Murph. The Windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings of the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Ms. Wendy, what was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honour. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. The court is adjourned. Nice! Oh, for fuck's sake. Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me. I'm talking. Oh great, stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk. Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about. Not to talk about? By whom? Huh? You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify! Testify! Oh, it's The Lion King 2. I was gonna say, what is that from? It's the end of My Lullaby. Oh man, that's such a good song. The Lion King 2 has absolute bops. My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet. Oh, the studios! Ooh, drama. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. What? They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free. Well, that's a damn twist. Ms. Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now? Because the studio told her to. Keep up! Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told. No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Man, I thought we were going home for the day. Phoenix just wants to go home and watch Glee. What was big in 2001 that Phoenix would want to go home and watch? I honestly don't know. I mean, I can remember, like, I feel like in Britain the big thing to watch in 2001 was Big Brother, but I don't clue what was big in America. They wanted me to keep quiet, I'm just going to start pressing her. So, you were told not to talk. That's right, by the studio and TV bigwigs no less. Why didn't I hear about this? Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. It's not really any better. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. Who? Who were these people? Well, the director and the producer for starters. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course. Yeah, to be fair. I was thinking earlier, I'm like, I don't really get why I was trying to figure out why the two actors and the runner were at the studios doing stuff, but none of the rest of the crew were there. That's not really how filming works. I just sort of assumed that they were really, really tight on the budget, and they were like, we can't afford to pay the director to come in before 5 PM. I also don't really know if you're shooting in a studio. If you're shooting on location, it makes sense to start at 5 PM if you're trying to do a night scene. I don't really know why you come in at 5 PM to shoot in a studio. You come in the morning. It doesn't really make any sense. Anyway, I was surprised no one asked about it. So where were these people? The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that. Where? I love how Edgeworth's at the point now where even he's in the same boat as Phoenix, where he's like, what the fuck is this woman on about? In the Studio 2 trailer. Studio 2? There was a Studio 2? I mean, yes, but they don't use it anymore and there was a tree in the road. If you look at the guide map, here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over. Still don't think that's a monkey. Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but I mean, why not? They said they had nothing to do with it, see? Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder. I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side. So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Okay, we'll take a break then, because you're just going to keep telling me that. Your Honour, we have learned there are others at the Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yeah, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. Oh, defendant Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defence's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Oldbag, and more information about these other people who we've just been told of. And Edgeworth is going to have an aneurysm. I understand, Your Honour. This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned. October 18th, 1:04 PM. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh really, it's nothing. Grin. Or should I? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigation. We have to find out more about this director. Bless me. And producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So Nick, we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume. Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag, I feel kind of sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, we'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. To be continued. Ooh! I like this one. This is interesting. I'm enjoying this one. Not that I wasn't enjoying the past two, but like I'm really intrigued now because like I don't have a clue where this is going. And there's people there and they didn't tell us, and now we've got like a whole bunch of extra people we're going to need to interview. I'm so intrigued. But it is 5:20 and I need dinner, so sorry about continually itching my eyes. Like I was saying at the start, my eyes are just so sore today. So I will save state. Save state. Save state. Yeah, so I will stop there for now, and we will come back next time and interview the director and the producer and the bigwigs and find out just what Global Studios has been hiding, because I really want to know now. But until then, thank you for joining me for another Phoenix Wright. I am really having such a good time with this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.